Anyway, let's move on to some Covenant 25. Let's rebuild our win streak. So, we are Remnant, exiled, with exiled Stygian as our ally clan. We start out with Purifying Clans, Helical Crystallis and Votivary. Our bosses are Double Explosive Daedalus, Incant Harvest Arcos, and Seraph the Impatient. Helical Crystallis is definitely great to have. Votivary also seems useful, somewhat. Wing Clippings, Token of a Traitor. I do like Token of a Traitor somewhat. Wing Clippings could also be good. Let's go with Token of a Traitor so we have some backline damage. We have Little Icarus of Firelight. Little Icarus. We do have these Helical Crystallises, but honestly I'm drawn more towards Firelight at the moment. I think that works a bit better for what we currently have and for our clans. Firelight usually means I will go pretty heavily into Remnant units, so maybe I should have checked how many there are available. But we have one here at least. I think I want to have more units on the floor where Fate dies for the first time. Can I just helical this? No, I kind of want Fate to die here. Even though that might mean I'm not gonna get the collector. Is Votivary really what I want here? That's actually not a bad thing. Having this Votivary, and we got the collector. I'm glad. I'm an idiot. Well, that should have gone on another floor, because now my units here are gonna burn out. Oh, actually they don't. I did not know that's how this works. We have one more primitive mold left in the deck. I feel like we can just get the kill on the bottom floor. Can't we? Probably can, no. Please give me back Fate. There we go. That worked well. Purifying Clans, Wicklash, Molten Encasement. I don't want another Purifying Clans. Do I want a Molten Encasement? It's not that necessary with Little Fate. But it does still have some appeal. I'll take the Wicklash instead. Glacial Seal, probably not. Titan's Tooth could be okay. Flash Reese, not terrible. I'll take a Titan's Tooth here. Paraffin Enforcer, that's the unit I really want when I go Firelight Little Fate. I do want to upgrade it, but that will have to wait, because I want to look at another Remnant banner. I don't want to spend too much gold here either. Weightless Baron, Lady of the House. I'll take a lady. think I'm just gonna cost reduce the helical and then leave. Just to keep a lot of money for the upgrade shop next floor. Because that unit upgrade shop is gonna be very important to us. Very important. I think we set up on the top floor. There's one downside to setting up on the top floor. And that's the fact that we can fight the boss on multiple floors. It gives us more time to get what we need though. This first wave is gonna be a bit annoying to deal with, but honestly, not too bad. Especially if we hit the archer with the token. Nice. This is great. Kinda wanna play 2 foreground powers if I have the chance to. Well, I don't, so I won't. Definitely play primitive mold. And we also have to play Whiplash basically. Don't want this guy to burn out. We'll take 3 to the spikes, that's totally fine. I could even have tried to prevent that. No, probably not. And we win. Molded. I like having one of these available when my when my little fate is so important to me. I'll take an offering token, sure. Doesn't slow down my draw through the deck, and I will probably always have something reasonable to discard. Oh, there we go. Multi-strike on the Paraffin Enforcer. Do want to reroll for another large upgrade, but these upgrades are also pretty tempting. I think I'm gonna distribute them like that and then reroll. Actually, I can't afford a large upgrade now, but that's fine. This is good. This is very good. Titan Sentry is not actually that bad, but we don't need it. Ooh, this event. I wasn't expecting that. I think I'd just take another helical. Do we need that though? Is there ever a world where I take another Paraffin Enforcer? And there totally is, right? And try to dripfall one onto the bottom floor. No, we don't have a dripfall and we won't get one. My mistake. I forgot about the no common drafts after Daedalus rule. But you know, we can always just put 2 Paraffin Enforcers behind Rector. That should totally work out, right? First hit kills Little Fate and 3 hits kill the Train Steward. Whoops. Well, that's bad. Now this Train Steward won't die and I don't have the capacity to put another unit on the bottom floor. That's really bad. Can't do that. Token of a traitor indeed. Well, that means we just take out another one of these. No reform this turn. Do I play another Paraffin Enforcer? Or do I want something more tanky than that with the Lady of the House? I think right now I prefer the Lady. Bottom floor everything dies, Foregone Power won't make a big difference. I could snipe the Constructed Explosive. I did not. Didn't really matter anyways. Might as well try it with a Primitive Mold first. Do I want to play this Train Sword? No. I most definitely do not. Because that puts another unit in my reform pool. Just a Conduit Infiltrator goes to the top, that's actually fine. Let's play the Train Sword out. Let's increase the burnout here. And we might as well play the Helical. And we already win here. Sacrificial Resurrection and Wax and Spike are both great cards for this deck. Which one do I choose? Wax and Spike will not grow huge, so... it might grow pretty big if we find the Memories of the Melted later. But I think I'm gonna go with Sacrificial Resurrection here. And that means I'm gonna take Capacity. So I can fit another unit on the Little Fate floor. And that unit is usually gonna be the Sacrificial Resurrection draft. What else? Do we want a dupe or removals or both? Still not sure what to do with this second Paraffin Enforcer, but maybe we can find a way to utilize that one. I think I want to go to the left. Nothing for consume removal. That can help. Not really sure about all these moldeds. Do I want Whiplash? Well, molded and primitive molds. Yeah, I like the Whiplash cost reduction. It's gonna be an important spell for us. But the spell upgrades are not that important right now. So I'm not gonna reroll at the moment. Saving up for a future Merchant of Trinket, I suppose. Double Extinguish triggers would make this deck really go off. It's a good setup turn, but this floor is capacity reduced. So why don't we use this one instead? We can, after all, pretty easily get Little Fate killed here as well. Just gonna apply Burnout to you. It's already enough to kill everyone here. Get your Burnout timer up a bit. And we just take the 6. That's fine. Not a huge deal. Do we just remove all of that? Honestly, we don't need any of that. I kind of want to play one card just to get rid of this guy. And then we transform that into a draft. This draft will instantly burn out. That's fine. We do have quite a bit of reform in the deck. Oh! I forgot about that interaction. Yeah, the Sacres artwork is pretty gruesome. But I mean, it's wax. That's how wax works, right? Let's just apply 60 here. I could have kept that one in the deck, actually. And here I immediately get punished for not doing so. Now it has more burnout though. Use this votive. No, we don't need a blocker. We have this. I wish I could play Titan's Tooth, but... well, I can always snipe these backliners. The draft is gonna burn out. Does that mean I don't want the Paraffin Enforcer dead? That probably means exactly that. Well, not like we need that draft or anything, but nothing wrong with playing it either. This went well. Don't think we want either of these cards. Ice Storm, Crystalline Seeds, not too relevant for us. Drain, probably not. What's gonna be our main problem with this deck? I'm honestly not sure. We are fighting Seraph the Patient. Maybe that's gonna be the main problem. Dealing with melee weakness and a growing Seraph. Our units are pretty tanky though. I think we should go for removals here. Just because unit upgrades don't offer us anything. And then here's the big payoff with the Merchant of Trinket, where we spend our gold trying to search for either double Extinguish, that would be great. Fate's First Blade would be amazing. There's a few things we could get that would be really good. What's our dupe gonna be? We clash? Probably. Wicklash seems like the most useful card in this deck at the moment. Harpy with the Sycophants is very annoying. But we grow very powerful. I do want to nuke one of them. Do I? I do. Just to make sure everyone's dead here. Do want to play the units. This guy's gonna burn out. That probably means I should play another one. I feel like I should play Foregone Power as well. And now the Sacrificial Resurrection is not that impactful. Okay. Well. How do we deal with him? Actually, I should be playing these on the bottom floor. Yeah, that's good. And this is how we deal with that guy? Seems fine to me. Do I want to prolong? No, I think I want to heal up. And foreground power... yeah, if we hit one of the backliners, we will take less damage with the lady. Uh-oh. No reform this turn. Let's keep you healed up. Just play as many spells as possible on the bottom floor. We kinda need need a little fade here. Yeah, we do. Nothing to reform at the moment. This guy needs more burnout. Well, that's pretty good. Should be easily able to kill this guy next floor. 27 health, that's pretty much nothing. Yeah, there we go. Lady of the house has our back. Engulfed in smoke, Memento Mori, Sacred Wicks. Hard pass. None of these really serve us very well. Same goes for these. It's really hard to find cards that fit in this deck. Volatile Gorge? No, I don't think so. Hellpact could be a speculative pick, but the only cards that really work with it here are the Rail Spikes. Temperate Talisman, a little bit more healing, slightly more damage, not really relevant enough. Immediately take this. Do we want check strips as well? Where can we spend our gold next floor? Merchant of Magic. I might take check strips. It's really not all that's necessary with Token of a Traitor being around. Let's remove some. At the very least the Train's Yard has to go. Probably both of them. We never want to reform these. Don't really think we need check strips, and it will lose some of its power after Arcus, because then there will be no more 2 or 1 health minions in the backline. They will all have 3, 5 or 10 health. And I don't think we want precious plating. Our pyre health is fine at the moment. I'm gonna remove a single foreground power here and then move on. Looming and Shattering Darkshard. The Looming one is the Incant and the Shattering is the Harvest one. The Harvest one can be a bit annoying for our deck, but I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. Feel like we set up the second floor. We didn't have any spells in hand, so the Incant from that Darkshard did nothing. And I think we set up the draft. Do we want to try and snipe one of the backliners here? Probably worth it. The draft will immediately get the burnout extended, which is very nice. I Oops, I think the Paraffin Enforcer, the final one, goes top, just in case anything manages to get past. Do want you to have more burnout. And the giraffe as well. Now we have the Shattering Dark Shard on the floor. But honestly, I don't care. It's just one blight. And for that I get to have another Little Fade Extinguish. What's left in the deck? No reform, so I will use the Offering Token. Just so I get to draw some reforms faster. Actually, I don't need any this turn. And we didn't get any this turn. Well, that works out. I want the backliner to have the most burnout. Usually. Looming Dark Shard on that floor, so let's not play that. On the middle floor, anything else? Not really. Increase this guy's burnout a little bit. And we should have an easy win here. So much damage on the floor. Wiggler's recruitment is kind of interesting. With Fate's First Blade, whenever they lose a stack of burnout, and this removes all burnout, it's gonna be a huge chunk of rage we get from that. We can also use it to dispel melee weakness if that's a thing we need. Remnant Pact is also tempting, because honestly Little Fate is better with Endless than Reformed. I'll go with Remnant Pact actually. And going draw here. We don't need more capacity necessarily, even though that would be a nice way of increasing our power a little bit more. It's pretty hard to utilize at this point actually. Well, I could put in a Paraffin Enforcer instead of a draft. That's not that hard to utilize. That's actually a straight up power gain. With the Endless being available to us, we need less primitive molds. Also, more draw equals less primitive molds necessary. What purpose would that fill? Well, honestly, that's not the worst idea. Seems a little crazy, but hear me out. We can put that not just on Little Fate, but on our other units on that floor as well. So even if they burn out, we can just bring them back. Seems reasonable to me. Do we just buy another Purge on a Foregone Power? I think so. And we leave some gold so we can buy multiple relics in the next Merchant of Trinkets. I think this is the first time that I have ever consume removed Remnant Tome. Remnant Pact, I think it's called in actually. How much damage is this? 30 attack. So you are dealing 100. Okay, this is already enough damage. Also, we want to set up one floor higher as usual because of this Pyre Wings. Pew. Let me offering token first. That's not gonna be helpful. That's a lot of our reform gone. Drawing an extra card with Votivary does nothing because we will just draw Votivary again. Is there any benefit? I don't think Votivary gains the buffs here. Indeed, that doesn't happen. Can't Remnant Pack this turn. Well, that's slightly annoying. Whiplash goes on the multi-striker. Kinda don't wanna kill the Light Wings, but I do wanna play this. Just because if we don't kill them, that means Paraffin Enforcer will get another hit. Do we just want to make a big draft this turn? I kind of want to save the Whiplash and then make a big draft. We do need Little Fate. Once again we are Ember Drained. The turn we draw the Tome. One managed to get past. Pretty impressive. What do I discard? Probably Foreground Power. We bring back both our units and we complete this floor. Straff is a little bit behind on Burnout, so let's fix that. We are completely Ember Drained this turn. But that's fine. We don't need to play anything. And we should have an easy win here. Let's make this a little bit clearer. Just because we can. No. Gifts for a God is always so tempting, but this is not the right deck for it. Removals and dupes? I like the removals. And we don't really need spell upgrades. But this is where my main interest lies. Consume cards, huh? We have none. Sacrificial Resurrection doesn't trigger Traitor's Quill because it's when a card with Consume is played, not when a card is consumed. I'll take Winged Steel and Hell's Banners. I don't think Votivary really needs any upgrades. Should we remove one more? I think I should remove the Titan's Tooth, to be honest. This card is kind of bad. And then we remove one more Foreground Power. And I think we dupe. I don't really want to dupe anything is the thing. I dupe a Molded. And then I remove a Primitive Mold. That's basically upgrading a mold, primitive mold to be targeted. I don't think anything can really threaten us at this point. Do we set this stuff up at the top floor? That's the question. There's a good reasoning against it, and that's we can fight over multiple floors in case we need that, but we won't need that at all. I could even set up here and I think I will be fine. Honestly, I much prefer setting up the second floor. Even though we are buffing Seraph that way, I still think this is preferable. And I do want to get this Light Wings out of the way so we don't take a ton of damage with the lady. I am strongly trying to snipe this frontliner right now. We're on a good path. If I snipe the backliner, I can just... Yeah, I do want it to attack. I can just block the other hit with the Votivary. These multi-strikers are a little bit of an issue right now. Here we can once again use Seraph to do the dirty work for us. Is this just a sacrificial resurrection with these? We have Endless on the little Fade, yes. Do want the sacrificial resurrection to be played on another floor. Then we play Wrath. This is already 610 damage. I can bring back the Votivary. It's actually a pretty big Votivary by now. Now they both die. Is that bad? Kind of. But I don't think I can prevent it. At least, well, I can prevent it reliably. Okay, if I snipe these Shade Wings, this is actually pretty good. Almost sniped the Shade Wings as well. Well, the Lady of the Wax now also has Endless. This wave is somewhat scary. Don't really wanna take up the space on the top floor, but we don't have anything to reform anyway, so... Nice. We need to get your burnout back up. Should probably just remove those cards. Get another draft. I don't like the draft medals at all, but... This is fine. As long as my backliners don't get hurt, I'm fine with the Lady of the House dying from time to time. There is a good reason we put Endless on her. Yeah, I'm not scared of buffing the Seraph, not at all. Not with this deck. there's no reason to be scared of buffing the Seraph. Because look at our damage. We are killing the Seraph in 2 rounds or something like that. I'm so not scared of the Seraph that I will even buff it on purpose. And if you thought this was close, then I will gladly remind you that all these 3 units have Endless and I can just place them again on the top floor. And because I don't have another draft, I will just play one right now. But yeah, we don't need it. This deck was really strong. Honestly, it's just Little Fate who's really strong. But we also got good units that work very well with her. A Firelight Path seems very, very powerful. Basically, you just need a good floor with like 3 or 4 hits a turn. 2 units with one with multi-strike or something like that. And then things do just go crazy. Especially if you have something like a Paraffin Enforcer and Fate's First Blade together, then things scale really quickly. But even without that, Paraffin Enforcer plus Fate's First Blade was providing 9 rage a turn. Sure, that's another 18 attack every turn, but Little Fate was providing 30 attack each turn, which is much more than the Fate's First Blade and the Paraffin Enforcer together provided. So, even if we didn't have Paraffin Enforcer, we would have been fine here. We might have had to use the next floor as well to beat Seraph, but we do have that option, so yeah. Strong deck. Strong champion. That's what I'm basically trying to say.